Welcome to my podcast, Doing Business with a Servant's Heart. I'm so excited you are here. You'll hear some incredible stories about how people are serving around the world, how they overcame a struggle, how they serve. These shows will give you an edge in business and your personal life. I believe serving over sales will help you grow in so many ways. And now, about our incredible sponsor, Info. Info is a web app that puts your business on people's cell phones when you meet people online or in person. They can engage with your business or send out referrals with a button click, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The power of business is connecting with more people. Remember, your network is your net worth. Info will do this for you. I would love to help spread the word about these shows, so please subscribe to this podcast and find us on all your podcast platforms. Please share with anyone you know could benefit from our shows. Please enjoy the show. Welcome, everyone, to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart. And I have a true new friend, and I know she's a servant. She serves her industry and she serves her clients in marketing like I've never seen before. She could do 8 to 9 growth on your company. Nicole, welcome to the show.
Yes, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Well, tell me about that, which says on your website, we specialize 8 to 9 figure growth. I love that. How do we get there?
Yeah, so the big thing is I work with businesses that are established. So it's $1 million businesses, but taking $1 million businesses or much larger and helping them see massive business growth, doubling or more their business, even if they're really just not doing anything, if they're stagnant, if they need to do a turnaround, a restructure. Taking a company that's actually in growth mode is actually pretty easy. But taking a company that is not doing anything, has clients, but they're not growing or seeing a loss in clients, taking them, and even if I've taken a $125 million company and taken it to over 300 million pretty quickly in a couple of years. So I know what I'm doing when it comes to that. And I've done everything in between growth to very stagnant companies. So really it's all about knowing what your clients want and helping them, see who you are and help you get there. So,
and that's great. Well said, Nicole. And growth is so important now because of COVID, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of companies really struggled with COVID and forgot to be adaptable. And the companies that were adaptable, I don't know a business owner that is still in business that didn't have to change something. I started thinking I was only going to do 12-month marketing strategy plans when I started in 2019. And since then, during COVID, no one knew if they were going to be in business 12 weeks, let alone 12 months. So, realizing companies need to be adaptable is huge. As long as you can pivot, adjust, see what's happening in your market. Lately everyone's talking about AI and how that's changing everything. There's so many ways to be adaptable and change, but if you're going to just wait to see what happens, you could be waiting and seeing all of your competitors be more successful. So
I love it. That's awesome. In your website, as I'm going through learning about how wonderful you are, creative development, very, very cool words. Tell us more about that and how you do that.
Yeah, so we just really work on people to make, with the companies, to make sure the companies are saying what they really should be saying, how they're representing themselves and not just putting the same message out there. A lot of people go to a marketing company and say, this is what we do. And the marketing company looks at what everyone else is doing. So we try and make sure you look different and you stand out to your audience rather than just become the same old, that everyone else is doing out there.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So you got 5 plumbing companies all doing 10 million in a year. So you'd get one of an XYZ plumbing company using creative development and strategic planning, which I love. Let's talk about that. So you make them, the other 4 will go, wow, they're all similar. but this XYZ plumbing company will be different. And I'm going to go there first to check them out. Let's talk more about that. I love that.
Yeah, so a lot of companies look at what the industry standard is and decide to look like that, act like that, talk like that, respond to their customers like that. But if your customers want something different, why act like the duck when you could be a swan, right? Try to be something that they want to see rather than just what everyone else is doing. A lot of times, super side tangent here, a lot of companies are struggling trying to find employees, but they do everything that the industry does or everything that they've always done to get employees, or they pay industry standard or comparable pay to what everyone else is doing. Well, everyone else is struggling getting employees. So why do you think doing the same thing is going to work for you? Getting that message out there, saying what it is that makes you different, unique, what makes you authentic, how you really want to be represented in the market, change what you're doing, how you're saying it, but then also show up where your customers are, not just where you think you're supposed to be. Facebook can be great for people, or it can be like a wasteland for you. So really looking at what people want to do, what your clients need, where your clients are, what your clients respond to. That's how you get in front of them, not just, putting a Facebook ad out there. If you're, trying to get real estate, trying to get real estate agents to follow you on Facebook is a way to work on Facebook. But, on LinkedIn is where you're going to see a lot more B2B people. If you're trying to get really good response to your massage parlor, Instagram might be a good place, but you're not going to have as much success on LinkedIn. It really depends on who your clients are, where you should be, and what your message is. If you're just really focused on bottom of the barrel, as cheap as you possibly can be, not really focused on serving your clients, you're going to have a lot harder time than when you're really there to show up, to care for your clients, to be authentic and be the best you can be for your clients. It's going to be a really different conversation, and your marketing is going to be more effective as soon as you start speaking more authentically and unique.
I like that. And messaging is important, and it's really smart. We all know that, but it's the right message. It's just not a message. And that's what you do, is get that right message. But you said something so unique for a marketing company, which is why you guys need to reach out to her if you have any marketing needs at all, is you talked about employees, how your marketing can impact your employees in hiring and restocking and replacing. Let's go through that, because I've not heard that a lot.
Yeah, well, a lot of times people, when I talk to business owners, they're upset. They need employees. Like, that is their biggest challenge right now, is they need employees. And I ask them, well, what are they doing to get employees? And they realize, well, nothing. They may have something on their website that says, we're hiring. And then, click this link, or they put things on, or they feel like they're actually doing a great job by putting it on, Indeed, which, that's the bare minimum. Really, if we're trying to get employees, you have to cater to them. You have to say, make them think, why do they actually want to work with you? If you're not doing that with your employees, you're not doing that with your customers, you need to do that. Yeah, it's important. But why should an employee want to work with you? Why should they work there? It doesn't matter if they have a job or they don't, they're taking a risk on you. It's not you doing a favor by giving them a paycheck. They need to commit to you. And anymore, people really want to work at places that have a mission, that care about their employees, obviously, but they're also doing things. They're showing up for the community, for the environment, for the people that they are around, their customers, so why not tell your employees what you're doing in those areas? You should hopefully already be doing that for your customers. But if you're doing that for your employees, help them see who you are and how you work with employees, what you're doing for training, what you're doing to make sure that they don't have just a job, but a career. every job now should be able to be a career. It doesn't matter if it's McDonald's or a construction company where you're starting digging ditches. There are career opportunities with every company. It's okay to get people that start at the beginning, even if you're wanting people that are senior leaders. So how do you train people? How do you teach people to be who you want them to be? If you're putting those messages out and you're talking about who you are as a company and how you serve the community and
Right.
why customers even want to work with you, it works a lot better. People really appreciate those messaging. And that is a way to get your employees or potential employees to see you and say, well, that's a company I want to work with.
You go outside the box, Nicole. I like that in marketing because you're in the same boat. There are a ton of marketing agencies out there all over, and you try to go outside the box, correct, in what you do to help your client?
Yeah. So we look at everything that touches the customer or the employee if we're trying to get new employees, but we're looking at your target audience, your customer, if it's how your salespeople are calling them, what they're saying, the scripts they're using, if you're on a billboard, if you're on a sandwich board, if you're doing digital, if you're doing print. But we're also looking at how effective your sales are when they're doing those conversions, because a lot of times people try and blame marketing on lack of sales and lack of sales on marketing. So we really look at what's happening there, but we also are looking at how you're serving that customer right now so that you retain them. We don't want high churn rates. We want to make sure you're keeping those customers while you're bringing new customers along. At the end of the day, I want to see massive business growth. I don't care about how many likes you got on your Instagram, on your Facebook. We're looking at massive business growth. So I may not tell you to put as much money into your marketing as you're already thinking. I may be telling you to do things internally to fix things so that when we are spending that money on your growth, you see massive return on investment. At the end of the day, that's all I care about.
Well, you said serving a couple of times. You're on the right podcast, doing business service art, and you do that. And I love what you just said there. Hey, if spending money on ads on social media isn't going to work, I'm not going to have the client do it. And I love that. That's serving. That's not forcing. Hey, just do it, let it work, and hope it works. You're doing such a great job of really customizing it to each individual customer or client that you have.
Yeah, and we actually don't do execution. We team with companies that already have an internal team or work with an external team or need an external team to work with. And so if we're telling you, hey, you need to do this, it's not because we're going to get money from you doing that. It's because you actually need to do it. A lot of companies, there's many very good marketing companies out there that can put a strategy together, but they typically put a strategy together on how to use what they offer, not an overarching thing. So everything we're doing, we're saying this is what you need to do to make it successful. And everything is completely customized to the company. And because we know who you are and how you work, we work with you and see how your operation is working. We know if you're going to implement it or not. So we create a plan that is actually going to be something that you can implement, something that you can bring those people in-house or use that external team to make sure your marketing's working. So your salespeople are happy because they have what they need to make more sales. We're not about, just trying to take people's money just because we can. And because if we tell you it'll take 12 months to actually start seeing a return on investment, you have to stick around for 12 months. Now, we're telling you these things will work, and we even guarantee that if it's not working, we work with you until it does. So at no additional cost, we make it work for you.
That's awesome. I love the collaboration because you got all these different people that you can work with and, hey, go here, XYZ company, and go here, not here and here, but these two places, because you've already vetted them, you work with them, you know what they do. You've given a huge amount of nuggets so far that people have learned, but how do they get a hold of you so they can respond to your great knowledge?
Yeah, so my business with Glover Strategic Marketing is just glovermarketing.com. And you can find all my contact information right there. It's just Glover Marketing, like the glove that you wear on your hand, glovermarketing.com. And then I'm also with the executive chair. And think here we'll put a QR code up so people can actually go and apply to that, where we're helping, sorry, I'm losing my voice here, where we can help people that are senior leaders or aspiring leaders become world-class, amazing leaders that they really want to be.
Well, let's dive into that. You segued perfectly into the executive's chair. It's a new partnership that I know you're part of, and I'm excited for what you guys are doing. Let's delve into the mission, your mission statement for that company, what you're going to try to do, and will do, not try.
Yeah, no, it's our leadership team is an amazing group of people that have a really strong track record of transforming businesses and transforming leaders. We have an 8-time CEO on the team that has a pathway to getting to the being a C-suite, but also just a CEO. So, we're really helping people with the training, the tools, the resources, mentoring, strategy, and then a great community of people. One thing that we've realized is there's a lot of people that feel really lonely in that C-suite or executives. They always feel like they have to be better than they feel like they are, and they're not getting the resources from the company or their bosses as soon as they've been hired to be better. So we just have a lot of people that don't feel very good about it. They're really struggling with that imposter syndrome, and they're not getting the resources they need to be successful. So the executive chair is all about helping people with all of the resources they need, and continuous coaching and roundtables, Q&As, and then just a great group of people who are also going through or have gone through the same thing that you're going through. So we really want to empower people to be more successful. I mean, small, medium-sized businesses are the lifeblood of, the world, not just the US. So with so many people that are, challenged with trying to lead successful businesses, we want to make sure they have the tools and resources to do that. And so this is why we've brought together our power team to make this happen. And then we're inviting some really great people to join and be a part of the executive chair, so they can join and really get the tools that they need to be successful.
Yeah, this is great what you guys are doing. What is that ideal? I don't like to use ideal client, but who would you be looking for that would be great fit for the executive's chair?
Yeah, good question. I mean, with marketing, that's the only question, right? So it's the business leaders right now who are either wish they were better, know they can be better, or the people that just feel completely out of their depths. People that are going to want to be executives, hopefully soon, and sometimes that's even people where they're in a family business and they want to take over. So pretty much when you don't feel prepared for that role, or you just know you can be better, you can do better, you can see more results, those are the people that are really going to be great for the executive chair. And it can be people that are in small, medium businesses, or even larger businesses that are, those massive businesses, and you just want to hone your skills and be better.
And you're offering a toolbox for a CEO. So I'm becoming a CEO. There's a toolbox here of all these great leaders that we can, I can utilize and have access to. And something comes up to my day as a CEO, I could go to the executive's chair and click on something and learn a video, or reach out to somebody and get some answers as I'm part of. It's a membership-based situation, right? Yeah. So that's cool. Very cool, because I own the health clubs, so I love membership-based stuff. So because it's accessible 24/7, right?
Yeah. So the thing is that I've worked with coaches, and a lot of times coaches want you to come up with it all on your own. They want to make you get the idea for yourself. And, sometimes, my gosh, just tell me what I need to do. I don't know what I don't know. Just tell me what it is I need to do. And sometimes they don't know. And so maybe that's why they're saying these things. But, this is a group where you can go and get the the toolbox, get the answers, this is what you have to do. I'm in there working with people on the strategy. We have, work on your mindset, work on your personal development, everything, every aspect of building up that executive so that they can be more effective in their business and grow those businesses. I mean, we give it to you. We say, this is what you need to do. And then you have the community. So you can always bounce ideas off, build those little relationships where it's people in the similar industries where you can say, this is my exact problem. And they've already been there. I mean, this is what we wanted to build, something that was an actual true resource so that people can actually get results rather than just be challenged to come up with it on their own or read books, which they're great, but you have to dig for the nuggets sometimes. You're busy, right? Executives are busy. We want to make it easy. We want to make it simple, but you have to do the work. You have to take the learning and implement it and make it happen in your business. If you're not willing to do the work and put the time into it, it's not worth it. But if you're willing to put the time, effort, and energy into your business and into your development, it's 100% worth it. Huge return on investment.
That's a powerful message, Nicole. Oh, you nailed it. And a question that comes to my head when you're talking is, how challenging is it to be a CEO?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So every day you're challenged. I mean, that's the thing. I talk about it often in comparison to being a new parent. When you are going to have a child, you're like, yeah, you get all this advice, but it doesn't quite click on how challenging it is and what different things you're going to experience and how everything is going to be different. You start a business and you realize, oh my gosh, there's so much to it. And you run someone else's business that they've started and you realize, you're fixing so many mistakes. I work with so many CEOs where every so often I wonder, how are they even in business? We're missing a lot of the foundations here.
Yeah.
That's always my biggest thing is make sure your foundations are right. Make sure you're doing the basics right. Once you've got that right, you can build on that. But yeah, being a CEO, running a business, running even just a department is challenging. And we want to make it a little bit easier for you.
CEOs out there, or aspiring CEOs, or family members taking over a business, reach out to Nicole and her group. I guarantee you, I'm saying live, that they will take care of you. Again, I love that you said do the work. We have run out a little bit of time here, but I do want to talk about the other side of the desk, your podcast that you're launching with the Executive Chair. Tell us about what that's going to be about and who you're looking for to be guests.
Yeah, we're looking at helping people who are working with the other side of the desk. So, it's something to supplement and help people before they get to deciding they're going to be executives. But, that's actually something I'm not as involved with yet. I'm still a recent partner of that one. But, we're looking at people who want to do things, who really want to make things happen and see results. So, if that's something where you want to join, be a guest on the other side of the desk, it's a little bit of rhyming there, let us know and we'll see if we can get you on. I mean, we're all about people who want to be authentic and, like Steve here, who have a servant's heart, who want to serve and, help build up people trying to run businesses and be successful.
That's fantastic. I love how you said that. The clock is ticking on us. We're running out of time here. I want to thank you, Nicole, for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Steve. I really appreciate your time.
You know a lot more. I've met you a couple of times. Now I know you know a lot more than a lot of marketing people. And that's good. But it's good if you said 5 million or more type of businesses you like to work with, right? So
yes, and that's part of the reason why the executive chair is nice, because I can help businesses that aren't there yet. But 5 million to about 600 million is my sweet spot.
Beautiful. Glover Marketing. I like how you do that. The glovermarketing.com. That's the website. Her contact info will be in the show notes as well. Fantastic guest. Listeners, take this in and write notes down. And if you have a family friend, it may not be you, but it might be somebody you know wants to be a CEO. Help them take care of those challenges and be better CEO, a better business, and a better world. That was pretty awesome. I just said, I might say so myself. So with that being said, I always like to leave our audience with some advice that you have, Nicole. You've given us so much knowledge, but what advice would you leave the audience for their journey?
Yeah. So I always tell people to make sure your foundations are correct. Make sure you know who your ideal client is. Make sure you know who they are, what they're interested in, but why they even like working with you. So talk to your current customers, your current clients, and see why they like you. See why they work with you, what it is about you that makes them stay, why they decided to choose to work with you in the first place. And if you make sure your messaging aligns with those things, then you can make sure to get more clients. Because if you're going to wait and just create a message that is what you think it is, most of the time you're going to be incorrect and you're going to miss the mark if you don't listen to your clients. So foundations, know who your client is, make sure your message aligns with what your client wants, and then put that message out where your clients are going to be and when they want to hear it. So foundations, get those things right, and you'll be successful.